Hello, and welcome to another episode of Psychic Sunday. I am your host, Erin-Ashley, and today we are tackling the question, how do you know if you are clairsentient? This is part of our tour of the Clairs. This is the third video in the series, and we've already done how do you know if you're clairvoyant and how do you know if you're clairaudient. Next week is the final one with how do you know if you are claircognizant, so make sure you stay tuned for that. First question, what is clairsentience? Clairsentience means clear sensation or clear feeling. It refers to receiving intuitive information through sensation. This means it's either going to be emotion or physical sensation. If it's emotion, you're going to feel happiness or sadness or stress or some other emotion in relationship to the intuitive info that's coming through you. If it's physical sensations, then it's going to be like a contraction or an expansion feeling, gut feeling, or any type of tingling. All of that is typical clairsentient information. How do you know if you're clairsentient? First of all, every single person on the planet is clairsentient to some degree, and this is because it's just the way our bodies process information. We are beings that have a lot of feeling. So this is the only one of the clairs that every single person on the planet has, no exceptions. So if you're alive, you're clairsentient to some degree, and you can develop that further if you wish. First of all, if you're very clairsentient, you are likely going to be a kinesthetic learner. So if you're a kinesthetic learner, this means that you learn through action. You have to have some type of movement incorporated in your learning in order for the information to stick. So if you are a kinesthetic learner, you are likely clairsentient. If you often have gut feelings about people and circumstances, that's very common with people who are clairsentient. That's what you most easily connect with. So you see someone, you meet someone, and you just have that dropping sensation in your gut. That is typical clairsentient sensation. If you tend to have trouble sitting still, I have a lot of trouble sitting still, and I'm also a very clairsentient person. A lot of clairsentient people that I know and work with have trouble sitting still. So if this is you and you know that you have trouble sitting still, you may be clairsentient. It's just your body likes to move. If you sit still for too long, you want to fall asleep or you check out. So don't worry about it. It's typical with clairsentience. There's nothing wrong with you. And if you learn best when you role play or become physically involved, we talked about this if you're a kinesthetic learner, but this is just another way of saying the same thing. So if you need to be physically involved in some way, you have to move, then that's a very good sign that you are clairsentient. And what we all want to know, how to develop clairsentience. Okay, the best way to work on this is to write out two options you are considering. You want to have an option 1 and an option 2. So if you are thinking about adopting a cat, for instance, then option 1 might be adopting a cat, and option 2 is not adopting a cat, just keeping the status quo. So you write them out first, and then you do a 5-minute relaxation meditation. If you sit there and you just relax for a few minutes, this allows your energy to clear, and it allows you to get centered and to get focused. Now, if you are very clairsentient and you have trouble sitting still, it's okay to tap just a little bit as you meditate. You just don't want to be shifting constantly. So just tap a little bit as you meditate, and that will help you focus. That you can even focus on the tapping sensation as you meditate, and that can help get you to a deeper state of relaxation if you are clairsentient. Next, you want to think about option 1, adopting the cat, and write out what you feel, just the sensations and emotions. So it doesn't matter whether it is emotional or physical in nature. So if you feel happiness, if you feel lighter, or if you feel an expansion, whatever emotions or sensations that you feel, you just write it out. You don't have to worry about it. If you feel fear, write that out as well. It doesn't matter what it is. You just want to write it out and get it down on paper. Then, once you have done that, you want to focus on option 2. And again, it's the exact same process. You just want to write out what you feel. and you just write out everything that you're feeling, whether it's emotion or sensation. And once that's complete, you relax again. You just allow yourself to go into the relaxation meditation for a minute or two, and then go back to normal awareness. For this one, you don't really need to go into an altered state of consciousness, because with Clairsentience, it's not quite as necessary as with some of the other clairs. So just get back to normal and take a little bit of a break. Once you've taken a little break, look and read through it, and whichever option, 1 or 2, feels better to you is the best option for you. It's that simple. It really is that simple. And if you do this exercise a few times and you honor what comes up for you, and the actions that you take reflect what you got through your intuitive hits here, then your body is going to know, and the universe is going to know, that this is a good way to communicate. So you'll get more information this way. You'll become more aware. So what happens if you do not understand the sensations that you get? If this happens, don't worry about it. Just send me an email at ea@Erin-Ashley-coaching.com, and I'll help you figure out what it means. I offer to do this because I love the intuition. I think it's absolutely fascinating. Plus, the better questions that I get, the more questions I get, the more questions I can answer in these videos. So feel free to send me a personal email if you try this exercise and you want to play with it. Thank you. And do you have a technique for developing clairsentience? Comment on the blog and share. A lot of the listeners here absolutely adore working with the intuition, so just hop on over to the blog, fill out your comment, and let us know what your technique is. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, I'm Erin-Ashley with Erin-Ashley-coaching.com. This is Psychic Sunday, and I look forward to speaking with you next week. Sending love.